How's everybody doing today? This is our Wednesday word, and we'll get right to it. It comes from Ephesians chapter 4, verses 1 through 16. Here goes. As a prisoner for the Lord, then, I urge you to live a life worthy of the calling you have received. Be completely humble and gentle. Be patient, bearing with one another in love. Make every effort to keep the unity of the Spirit through the bond of peace. There is one body and one Spirit, just as you were called to one hope when you were called. One Lord, one faith, one baptism, one God and Father of all, who is over all and through all, in all. But to each one of us grace has been given as Christ apportioned it. This is why it says, when he ascended on high, he took many captives and gave gifts to his people. What does he ascended mean except that he also descended to the lower earthly regions? He who descended is the very one who ascended higher than all the heavens in order to fill the whole universe. So Christ himself gave the apostles, the prophets, the evangelists, the pastors and teachers to equip his people for works of service, so that the body of Christ may be built up until we all reach unity in the faith and in the knowledge of the Son of God, and become mature, attaining the whole measure of the fullness of Christ. Then we will no longer be infants tossed back and forth by the waves and blown here and there by every wind of teaching and by the cunning and craftiness of people in their deceitful scheming. Instead, speaking the truth in love, we will grow to become in every respect the mature body of him who is the head, that is Christ. From him the whole body, joined and held together by every supporting ligament, grows and builds itself up in love as each part does its work. I have been involved in church leadership for a lot of years now, and I've seen people come to the church and leave from the church, and sometimes they tell me why they left another church or to come to ours, or why they're leaving the church. And often things I get is I like the music better here or there, the youth group. This is the reason, or denomination, or insert your reason here. And the reality is, the biggest reason people leave one church to go to another is people. People don't leave a church if they're truly connected to a group of people like a family. They don't leave family. It's kind of like this. I really love you guys, and I love everything about you. I love being with you on Sundays. I'm really connected. But, they have a banjo at that church down the street, and, I just really feel God calling me to worship with the banjo. It's not like that. It's people. They go somewhere else, and what they find, or if you left another church and you came to our church, what you will find is the same thing at the other churches. People with faults. The truth is, in the church, we are a beautiful mess together. We are broken, and we have a ton of issues as individuals, but we are loved. God has come down out of heaven, came to us as Jesus, and he saves us. And then he gave us a whole ton of gifts, as it says in this passage. We have people in this church that are really good at finances, and some people that are really good at fixing things, some people that are really good at serving other people, or loving other people, doing all different things. We have people that are just amazing at praying, and so they pray for people all the time. We have people that are really good at music, and people that can even play the banjo here. Yes, we need every single one of those people. We need people that are hard to love. We need people that are easy to love. We need you all. See, we are a beautiful mess together, and we are in a calling of love. God has called us into this group of people out of love, and He calls us into love together. We are not called to perfection. You see, we are human. I often hear, and I laugh at this, that people say, I'm not going to church because they're a bunch of hypocrites. The reality is, outside of the church, the non-church, the world is full of a bunch of hypocrites too. You see, being a hypocrite is actually part of being human. People have gifts. And people have gifts in this church. And we often get it wrong. However, we are loved. And we are loved unbelievably. And we are loved together. So let's just live together. The hard ones to love, the easy ones to love. Let's all love together because we're called together in a beautiful mess. Have a great day.